I think, an interesting year. And so I want to start with, there's a lot we could, at least for me, there's a lot we could say, hey, this didn't go right. We tried this, that didn't work in 2023. I want to lead off with, Rick, what worked really well for you in 2023?
Yeah, this year has been a challenging year for a lot of companies. A lot of money dried up, so companies didn't have the same amount to invest in lead generation and sales, and a lot of the customers they're selling to didn't have the money to invest in the technology. And then parallel to that, you have a deflation in people's interest and ability to invest in technology, to invest in features. So companies will pay less in features, yet the cost of having a startup is going up. So all these factors make it harder for companies to sell. And so when you're doing lead generation and sales outsourcing, when you're partnering with companies, we've had to be extra focused and hyper-personalized in both building the data for our clients, reaching out to our clients from a personalized perspective, and then progressing them efficiently through kind of the qualification process to opportunities, and if we're taking it to closure, or to passing it over to the clients. And we've really worked with our clients to kind of merge the sales-led growth with product-led growth. So encouraging our clients to really make it easy for the customers to test products, to start using products earlier, whether it's a freemium model or a pilot model. So that product-led growth and the digital marketing to educate the market, and the sales-led growth or just sales outsourcing to communicate that message, those all have to go in sync together. And it sounds like a lot. So if people aren't familiar with product-led growth, there's a lot on it on the internet today, so I won't need to repeat it today. But it's really about making that product really sticky, easy to use. And if we as a sales outsourcing team can communicate to the clients, can get them using the products, excited about the products, and the companies can then start using it and see a quick time to value from the onboarding process and the usage, and then the scaling of it internally, and then getting referrals. So that drives more inbound leads, et cetera. Then that all increases the speed to market and the benefit of what we're doing as a lead generation and sales acquisition team.
Amir, I know you had some comments before. I'd love your thoughts on the subject.
Well, I'm like, look, to add what Rick said, he said money's drying up. It's drying up because it became a lot more expensive, right? Interest rates have gone up. And I think to add to what Rick was saying, there's this old saying, right? That you can categorize a product or services. Sometimes I'm sure you've heard this before, either it's a painkiller, a vitamin, or a candy, right? And I think prior to 2022, all of those were thriving, really, right? Like people were buying vitamins, they were buying candies, they were buying things that, look at Gong.io, not essential for a sales team to be successful, but it became a unicorn, and it's all just recordings, meetings, right? And I think really what happened last year, 2023, is that the products or service that were vitamins or candies really were not being purchased because they were vitamins and candies. And when money is expensive and money's dried up, you're either buying a painkiller that immediately has an effect on your profit and loss, or you're not. And then if you look at how Rick was talking about product-led growth, what he didn't mention was that, when it comes to outsourcing sales, probably a lot of companies that were vitamins or candies tried doing it internally first, failed, and then they would reach out to outsource companies. They typically don't admit, like when they reach out to a Rick or to a Bridge, whatever, they're not telling you, hey, we failed, we tried this inside, our product's a vitamin or a candy. They're coming at you like, we raised money, our thing's the best, you got to sell it, right? And it's a good opportunity for agencies because it became harder and harder for companies to do these things internally. I think the thing what Rick was saying was that now, because companies really couldn't take their vitamin and candy and get it to everybody, that they probably became more receptive to leaderships like both of you guys telling buyers to get rid of the sales and marketing department, become a revenue department, and actually have an offer that people want. So I think, if I hear Rick correctly, like it's became harder to sell, but also more opportunity for leadership from sales agencies to give advice to companies selling their product service. And correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, I think they were listening more to our advice, because in the past, they almost were stubborn and no, people were buying, so they wouldn't really listen to you. Now it's like, you have no choice. You either listen to us and get results, or you die, right? So that's kind of my opinion, where The demand for outsourced sales agencies has increased, but also the need for buyers to listen and make changes, I think, has also increased too.